What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Virgo, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I think that was a little over top at the end there, Virgo, but we're still tweaking it. But I like that rhythm a lot better. But okay, back to you. With this weekly video, whenever you have to come across this, there may be some messages in here for you, Virgo. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Virgo. So I'm going to be pulling a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Virgo, so definitely check them out. Go show them some love. Very intuitive group there, so I think you'd like them. But let's get to your first card here, which is, oh, look at you riding free, Virgo. You got the 7th card of Libras here, which is the biker card. And with this card, there's a card of lone wolf style, impervious, nonconformist, standing up, breaking the rules, brotherhood, enjoy the ride, loves freedom, moving on, outlaw, maverick, swift actions, and need for speed. So the energies that are coming through here, Virgo, are the standing up and the little less than, more so is the swift action. But with the standing up here, Virgo, I feel like for some of you, maybe there's this need for, either for some, it's like a standing up for what you believe in, whether this be, maybe there's this new, I'm just kind of throwing just a wild card out there, Virgo. Maybe there's been some sort of like change in like your work policy, for example, and it goes against something that you believe in, and then it's one of those things that you're not willing to compromise on. Then it's like maybe if it's, and I feel like when we do something like that, Virgo, if that's an instance, I feel like there's a way to go at it that maybe where it's, and not to say that you'd be combative, Virgo. I feel like I feel like you know how to approach things with tact, but I do feel like that sometimes that when we do go with that, like, you need to do this and blah, 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 that, like that, I'm just getting it being just a kind of like a mindful with your words, being, or not even mindful, being intentional with what you say. Like, this is something that I believe in, that, and I feel that with this, just make it very clear where you stand, you know what I mean, Virgo? And I feel like that even if there isn't a way to resolve this where without maybe parting ways, at least it would leave on a where a bridge isn't burned, and and at least maybe, that would leave this person to do something to reflect on, possibly. And that's all you do, Virgo. You send them love and light and keep it moving. But I do feel like for some others, Libra energy deals with one-on-one relationships, real kind of tight bonds, whether it be in love, in business, and familial bonds, friendships. And there may be something here where something similar may be happening. Maybe there's this disagreement of ideas or something along those lines. Maybe, one stands for something, and it happens, Virgo. But I feel that if it's getting to a place where it's starting to feel out of balance, where it feels like you're not quite being heard, or maybe there's this tone of, because I feel like it's one thing to have like a healthy debate about things, because we all come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, and of course we're going to have different ways of thinking. But the nice thing about that is it's good, I feel like, to keep an open mind, to be challenged, but when it gets to a level of disrespect, and I feel like for you too, Virgo, you being ruled by Mercury, you're a sign of communication. You know, you and Gemini really get by with, I feel like, a healthy type of debate and things. But if I do feel like, you know, if there is this place where, you know, where jabs are exchanged, or if you know, if someone's feeling slighted or something, we just want to be mindful that on both ends, Virgo, because listen, Virgo, I have a Gemini moon, so I understand what it's like to be have a Mercury influence. And on the Gemini side, Gemini energy is very, can be glib sometimes. We're very quick, and it's, you know, Gemini energy can be quick, and it's one of those things that, you know, sometimes the mouth gets ahead of the head sometimes, and it's just like, oh no, there's that. But on the opposite end, Virgo, I know how you get down, so you're capable of the same thing. So we just want to be mindful. But overall, and I feel like that's something too. Like maybe we could even do it to where if things do happen to get a little heated, you know, then we can try to maybe kind of get it to a more humorous type of state there, Virgo. But I feel like let's not get to this place where do feel like that you're, you know, where you're feeling walked all over, something where you can't speak up for yourself. You know, maybe even like examining relationships like that. Do you feel this tension where, that's interesting too. If you, because let's say if you are feeling this and you're not, I'm not sure if it's just like to keep the peace. We're not trying to bring things down. But if you feel like you're, again, like you're compromising to a point, it's just like, let's get some tarot on this and get some details, Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at you. Look at you getting Libra energy. Oh, and Cancer. Oh, and Scorpio. So you... Let me tell you what's going on here. So you have the Queen of Swords upright here. So it's interesting, because then you have the Chariot, the Death card, and the Two of Wands in reverse here, Virgo. And that's very fascinating, because it feels that with the Queen of Swords, I feel like this is an understanding of what might be either slowing our progress down or preventing ourselves from change. Because I feel like there's a decision here that's being avoided, Virgo, possibly. It does feel, because the Queen of Swords is Libra energy. And it feels like that maybe for some we are kind of doing this fence sitting. You know, we want to, we've been thinking about maybe either having this conversation or maybe moving on from something, or just changing this situation here, but there's this hesitancy or this, and it doesn't feel like it's not giving me like a, like we're afraid or anything along those lines. It's just like it's almost like a sense of not wanting to be like bothered, or it's just like you've got enough on your plate, so it's just like why throw on one more thing or something along those lines. It's just like, and you know, considering that the swift action had came up too here, Virgo, this may be something where, and you know, take it as it resonates, just like that, it may be something where it's like we may need to go a little faster about changing this situation up, you know, or, and not that I don't feel like that there's any sort of, I don't feel like I'm, you know, trying to put any kind of pressure, Virgo, or anything, but it just, it more so feels like that, because to have the Queen of Swords upright in all of this, it's like I feel like that we see that this window is getting ready to close, maybe on a relationship, possibly, or that so there's something inevitable that is coming that we're maybe putting off, and it's like And it's just like that yeah, we're just delaying this thing or something along those lines. But let me get a little bit more on the Queen of Swords. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting, Virgo. So the Queen of Swords is clarified by the Lovers, her husband, the King of Swords, and then the Two of Lovers is in reverse here, and then you got the King of Swords and the Two of Swords upright here, Virgo, and there's a decision, because this could be a romance thing, sure, but this gives me that a hard decision that is going to need to be, or just it may not be a hard one, Virgo, but it seems like it's one that we may be putting off, and it's just like that. It's something that here it's very much on our minds. Like, it's very fascinating, Virgo. But I do feel that the thing with this decision, though, I feel that it's like we know that once we make this decision, it may not be the way that we wanted to go about it. I feel like with the Chariot and the Death card being in reverse here, but I do feel like, Virgo, despite that, there is wisdom that's always coming from these things regardless, and sometimes that needs to be like, even if that's all we get out of a situation in that immediate moment, sometimes that's got to be enough, and it's but I do feel that it is a matter of, when the Lovers is in reverse here, this for me too is like your higher self kind of winking at you when it's upright, but when it's in reverse, higher self's like, yo, that Death card in reverse, Virgo, we need to let's have a conversation, and in the kindest way, Virgo, and that's something too, Virgo. Be kind with yourself, in this situation that goes down here. That may be kind of maybe a lot at first, but I do feel that there is this, considering the Lovers is Gemini energy, there's this where our heads at, I feel like is going to be is going to be important, and but also know that it is going to, there is a silver lining, and there is discernment and growth that's coming out of these things too. Very strong start here, Virgo. Very fascinating. That's an interesting little sword dance that you pulled, Virgo. Let's get another. Let's get some tea, and then let's get another oracle on the mix. Oh, I see more Libra energy. Okay, so you got the sixth card of Libras here, which is the Repairman card. And with this card, this is a card of repair, fine tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset, proceed carefully, needs fixing, make adjustments, recover, skilled, make things right, mend, restore, upgraded. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the proceed carefully. And so, and listen, I don't feel that this is a thing just with where this energy is as at. It's whatever this, just talking in that first, in the standing up for ourselves, it was like I felt like what I was saying earlier, as far as like just the being intentional with what you're saying with your words, being very, whether this, however this argument is going, if there's an argument, for example, just making it clear that let's like, listen, this is not about, we're not trying to avoid maybe more kind of accusatory tones, even if it's the other person's fault. And you know what? at some point, yeah, we want them to own up to things, sure. But when we get to this place of fault, sometimes it's just like it gets to this energy of just like what's, and it's not, again, not to dismiss what someone has done, Virgo, but it more so gets to the point of why waste the energy on it, especially if they're not if they're not understanding the lesson that's coming from it, or don't see where maybe there could have been a change of actions, then that's love and light. But it's, I do feel that it's just being that intention, so that just like, listen, this is how I've been feeling, how I've been coming across this, how is that what you, how it came across, is that how, like, just bringing more clarity to this, whatever this is that's going down here. Because yeah, to have all your majors up in reverse here is a lot, Virgo. I feel that there's something that, and just on a bigger sense, if there's a decision that we are going to make, because you do got your minors are both twos, and twos deal with choices. you know if we're at this, I don't know, sort of precipice or something along those lines, this crossroads here, I do feel that it's one where, take a moment, before we go, because I even feel with that chariot, it's almost like slow down before we're rushing into something. Let's just make sure we are, just really thinking about all of the options, the pros and cons, and then just check within, and if everything is lining up, is resonating with you, off to the races there, Virgo. And whatever decision you make, it's a judgment-free zone, and it's your journey. That's the whole thing too. There may be, because even thinking with this King and Queen of Swords here, there may be some, or maybe we go to communicate this thing, and then people have some strong opinions about this stuff, and that's fine. It's like I tell you at the beginning of the videos, you take what resonates with you and you leave the rest with them, because whether it's going to be a great time or a lesson there, Virgo, it's your journey. You are the protagonist in your story here. So, let's just very interesting there, Virgo. But I was just like, did we? Let's get some tarot on this. I got so wrapped up in this. I was like, did I pull some tarot on this? This is we can really do the reading off of this here, Virgo. Oh. Let's get some tarot. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. All right. Oh, Ace of Cups. All right. Let's see what we got going on here, Virgo. Okay, so we got... Oh, and Wheel of Fortune. So we have a lot going on here, Virgo. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. And then we have the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups upright. And Virgo, I feel that this Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands is going to be the result of where you plant your Ace of Pentacles here, because Ace of Pentacles are my seed cards here, and the aces are potential, and it's whatever opportunities or situations are presented to you. I do feel like Seven of Pentacles. This is about card. It could be a card of investments, and it's thinking about, is this really where you want to be putting your energy? Because the Pentacles deal with more than just money. Because this could be something where we do put down some finances. But is this where you want to put your money, your manifestation, your health, your energy? All of that. Your maybe even whatever that's looking like. It's considering those options, because the thing about the Wheel of Fortune, this is Jupiter energy, where the Wheel of Fortune is abundant. Jupiter doesn't discriminate in what we're abundant in. So if we're investing in things that are with this death card being here, preventing growth, preventing change, chariot, slowing down our journey here, disconnecting us from our from ourselves there, Virgo, then that's just what we're going to get an energy of. And then it's just, I do feel that there is a need to, because the Ace of Cups for me, this is a card, these five streams that are coming out of this cup are meant to represent the five senses. And then the dove diving in is your sixth sense. And I do feel that when you're making these decisions here, Virgo, just, I mean, just like, maybe over this next, let's say couple weeks here, Virgo, but definitely just on this journey, being very present when you are coming across these more kind of smaller ones too, but especially more kind of bigger decisions, and it may, and I mean, maybe decisions that we've kind of chalked up to, it's interesting, Virgo, but I do feel like, too, remembering that even when we are in a more kind of tougher kind of point on our experiences here, that with the Six of Wands, this is a card of victory. This girl's celebrating after coming in from a long journey, but people are just seeing her coming in, and like, woo, look at her getting her wheel of fortune and things. But no one really sees that point when the chariot was in reverse, when the death card was in reverse, when we weren't sure which way to go. It's the Six of Wands is a very, it's an appreciation for all the experiences of life. But sometimes, Six of Wands can be kind of a heavy energy too sometimes, because there are moments where you're like, yes, I'm done. But it's just like, man, did I really have to go through all that to do it? So just something to think about there, I feel, Virgo. I'm with it. All right, get a little more tea, and let's get your last card here. And Virgo, I don't know if you noticed, I'm playing around with the lighting here. I kind of like this one a little bit better, just because I can see the cards. I feel like you can see stuff a little bit more, but I'm going to have to, I'll know once I watch back. But just a little sidebar there. But let's see what your last card is here. Wow! Virgo! Come on. So, Virgo, because this is a first. So, this could be either during Libra season or just thinking about our relationships in general. When we're making these decisions, because you got 3 of Libra's cards here. Out of 108 cards, you got all 3 of Libra's cards. And either some of us have either like a decision that is coming up, that things are either getting set up and we're kind of bouncing between something that's going to be, towards like the end of September, is when Libra season starts. Or we're in this place of where we are, and just just pay attention to that. If we do have something where we are making decisions around that time, just make sure we've weighed out all of our stuff. And that's not going to be hard for you, Virgo. You all about the details. I feel like you'll get things to business, but that, or there is a strong emphasis here on checking in with our relationships, possibly just seeing in, and again, just more than your romantic, the business, how our work relationships are, how our friends, family, even we'll even go as far as saying like how even like your environment, like how are we even connecting with that? Do we feel comfortable where we're at? Do we feel that it's very interesting there, Virgo. But you got the 3rd card of Libras here, which is the Cabin card. And with this card, this is a card of lonely, confined, detached, remote, secluded, go within, insulate, disengage, close off, kept apart, quarantine, island, segregate, separated, divided, disconnected, and sequestered. So the energy I'm getting here is very much your energy, Virgo, as far as in the major arcana, hermit energy, going within, really kind of tuning into you, checking in one, if we have a decision to make, checking in with how we feel about it, and like, really, is this really where we want to invest our everything into? You know, whatever this could be maybe starting up a new business, starting up a new relationship, you know, changing jobs, changing locations, you know, whatever this is, you know, it's really, I really feel like, and you know, just with, you know, considering we're about to be in your, a lot of stuff's getting ready to be in your energy. Your ruler will be entering your sign on the towards the end of July. Mars is going to be in your sign until the end of August. So it's like you are in a very, or you're getting ready to be, especially over that, like from like July, pretty much the end of July to the end of August, I feel you are going to be in a very efficient energy, Virgo, where you can get a lot of things done and a lot of growth that can happen here. But there's going to be something where you got to check in with yourself and find out where we need to invest this energy into, what needs to change, where have we gotten stuck with this Chariot, Death card in reverse, how have we become disconnected from the source with the Lovers being in reverse here, and is this what abundance looks like to us? And if not, how can we change this Wheel of Fortune? You know, this to me, it does feel kind of like a precipice here, maybe for some, where it's just like you know, these decisions that we're getting ready to make, you know, it's going to be, yeah, just make sure we're going with the balanced heart there, Virgo. I just feel like, you know, Libra being the scales, just interesting, very interesting energy here, Virgo. But let's get some tarot on this. Interesting. Alright, Virgo, last little bit here. Alright, another two there, Virgo. So you have the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles upright here. And then you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And then let's switch back over, because this is a very interesting reading here, Virgo. Because I do feel that there is a need to kind of, if we have been kind of stuck in our head about something with all this sword energy here, I do feel that there is a need to kind of check in, go within, and considering where our head's at, you know, really, again, because with the Hierophant, you know, the Hierophant is one, the opposite of Scorpio here, because, you know, Hierophant's Taurus, the Hierophant, and then Scorpio, the Death card, and they form oppositions, you know, when their stuff is going down here. And that's another energy of choices, you know, whether this be, excuse me, a relationship or a situation that's bringing this on. And I do feel like there is a need to check in to see how much we may be either sacrificing for a situation, or is there a new way that we can go about doing something here, Virgo, to get this where our energies are, where things just are getting back on track here, or just like, you know, the Hierophant too, in the Thoth deck, they mention him as he makes a move every, like, he makes a move, like a step, or takes a step or something every like 2,000 years or something along those lines. And I know we don't necessarily have 2,000 years here, Virgo, now at least in this realm, but I do feel that there is a need to just like move with that intention, you know, and I feel like a lot of clarity too is going to come from this. Like all this stuff that may be going down here, Virgo, if we do come across some challenges or things along those lines, just considering you got King, Queen of Swords here, Hanged Man, I feel that something is coming. Even like your Eight of Swords in reverse here. Like that's it's like we know that we need to make this move, and then once we do, for some, you know, with this decision, things are going to start flowing a lot smoother. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. Very fascinating reading. I'm with it. But anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Virgo, if you know someone who's maybe needs to stand up for themselves, or maybe is in a tough decision or something along those lines. Definitely share this with them, Virgo, and then subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. It's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And as the group grows, I'm going to start posting different like guided meditations, affirmations, binaural beats, ambient music, things along those lines. So, maybe do something like connected with the Hierophant, or, I don't know, keeping it moving with the Chariot, something along those lines. So definitely check that out there, Virgo. And then speaking of the Chariot, you got the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel there, Virgo. Not that you need it. But if you have any any Chariot in your chart, any Cancer in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Do you have any lunar shenanigans? No, that's fine. And we discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. This is Rhonda. I'll tell you about her later. Come over and you'll learn all about her. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. How funny. Lunar shenanigans. You got the moon here, Virgo. Your opposite of the zodiac, Pisces. And again, Virgo, decisions. And I like that though, because the fact that the moon is here, Pisces, along with Pisces rulers, Jupiter and Neptune, the hanged man, I do feel, and the moon is in reverse here, Virgo. I do feel like it's one of those things we know what we're going to need to do, and it may not be easy with the moon. Sometimes the moon's considered the scariest card of the deck in the major arcana. And I feel that it's because, when we're journeying into that like unknown energy, just thinking with Pisces and the Neptune being here. Yeah, that uncertainty, those challenges, they push us at first. And maybe push us for a while, just thinking with that Hierophant energy. But I do feel that it's, again, the moon the sun is the next card after the moon, and the sun is, or the moon is just a reflection of the sun. So we're getting ready to get into this lovely light here, Virgo. And I like the sound of that because you got the sound card here upright. And I do feel that it's, again, being mindful of the noise that's going on in our head, as far as just like, are we creating resonance, or are we creating dissonance, and just being very thoughtful with that, especially you being Mercury ruled. If you have a lot that's going on, Virgo, one thing that I like to tell, and this is not the answer for everything, but journaling has, I found, because again, my Gemini moon, my mind's all over the place, and I'm a Cancer on top of that, so I'm thinking a lot. So it's anything, if you're just feeling a lot, that, or maybe getting outside and just like, going in nature, something along those lines, Virgo. So just something to think about. But I think I'll get you out of here. So you stay safe out there. Maybe you need to go take a vacation, Virgo. Go sequester yourself. Go Chariot. Can be going on a journey. It's like maybe we haven't been moving the energies. You raise your vibration through the roof. Because this is a lot to be thinking about here, Virgo. So yeah, definitely be just pay attention to that. And I will catch you. Oh, I did that kind of early. On the next one. Later.